So, here we are.
Here we are. After another fun and exciting day at the ranch. It's been a hell of a day, Holly.
Did you step in a cow pie?
No, not in a long time. There was horses at that one fair, though.
Mm.
You can always step in horse shit.
It's easy to avoid.
And on the list of shits to step in and be upset about, I feel like horse and, like, herbivore-esque farm creatures are, like, the least upsetting.
Yeah. There's this ice maker at my work, and it, sometimes, they come out of these little, like, half-solid, kind of roundish cube things. They look kind of like giant erasers from, like, a pencil top.
Okay.
Well, sometimes they come out together, and it looks to me like a cat shit. And yeah, I was just thinking that this morning. I was like, I wonder if anybody's ever noticed that it's just like cow shit.
Probably, but they're
cat
too.
shits.
But they're too highfalutin to be.
That's because we work in a corporate environment.
Yeah.
It's like a
soul-crushing corporate environment.
Yeah, one of my coworkers is leaving. I found out.
Really?
Yeah, he hasn't. I mean, it's not been announced yet, but like, I know he's told our bosses, and like, I don't think he's told a bunch of people, but I talked to one of the girls that he is like, buddies with, and she told me, and I was like, oh, hey, good for him. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he got a job someplace else, and I was like, snippity snap. That means we're gonna have to train somebody else.
Oh shit, yeah.
That was my first thought, was, man, now we're gonna have to train some more.
Yeah, we just got a new hire class at work, and 25 people who don't know what the fuck is going on, who are gonna start blowing up my phone, asking questions. Anyway, it's fine.
Yeah, I don't mind training. I mean, not that I even did a whole lot in the first place. It's just hard when you have somebody that fresh who doesn't, like, get things yet. And since especially we're going into, like, our busy season.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's hard to... If they hire anyone in the middle of busy season, it's going to be like, what are you going to have them do? Because we're all busy.
Sink or swim, motherfucker.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, because, like, I had to train a 16... Back when I worked in hospitality, I had to teach a 16-year-old how to make change for the barista counter.
Are you serious?
Yeah, she couldn't count change.
I don't know if that's a surprise. Do you want to know what I saw today, though?
What did you see?
I was messaging Yos, and he sent me a picture of his cat. And in the back... Well, he was, I guess, because I was messaging him at like 3 p.m. here. So it was 9 there, I think. So it was obviously, he had a blanket on and I was on the couch, and like the cat was in his lap. But then in the distance, I could kind of see like beyond his couch and like an end table. And he was like, saying, it was something, you know, this is a good picture of Sydney or something like that. And I was like, my first reaction was, holy shit, is that a landline phone? That would be my response too. In the background, there was just this little white phone in this seat, and I could see the plug in the wall, and I was like, what century do you live in?
Oh, that being said, with reference to pets and animals, I will be uploading that picture of Felix and Henry and the look of pure betrayal.
That was depressing to me.
Because I was just... Because Henry kept trying to come out of... Because he hides in the bookshelf. Yeah. So he kept trying to come out from the bookshelf and, like, be friendly and cuddle, too. But, like, he kept, like, freaking himself out because, like, something would shift and he'd hide back in the bookshelf again. So I brought him out. I set him on the couch. I was like, you can come over here for loves if you want. And he immediately just crawled into my lap, got real cozy, and Felix just looked at me. With, like, and I had just been loving and petting on him, so it's not like he'd been ignored at all that evening. But as soon as Henry got in my lap, he was just like, what is this?
That's so depressing.
Yeah, it was just the look.
That's, like, when
you're watching the video, look here.
When you sent that to us in, like, the group text or whatever, I was really sad. Like, I was like, oh no, Felix.
Literally,
like, the look on his face, I was like, he feels replaced. I can see it in his eyes.
You can see that exact feeling, too. It's so... Yeah, no, he was so jealous. Like, he was getting loved on, he was getting attention, he was being touched, and as soon as Henry would come near, he would go and walk someplace else and sulk, and, like, give Ian and I side-eye, and then we'd pet the dog, we'd pet Henry, and we'd be like, Felix, you can come over and get pets. There's 4 arms, 3 pets. We can even fit another one in here. And he was just like... And then we would thump his tail in agitation.
So you know those movies where, like, these 2 people who already have kids get together, and the one guy's got, like, I don't know, like a teenage daughter and a son that's, like, into sports and whatever. They're, like, the popular kids at school. Yeah. But the girl he married, she's got, like, this really kind of geeky son who feels out of place all the time. Yeah. And hasn't really found himself yet, and like, so when they go do family events, he just kind of sits there and feels like his mom is replacing him with like this other family. Yeah, that's all I can think about right now. I'm like, dang.
Yeah, no, I understand the sentiment, but it's not like.
And then he turns out to be a badass because he gets the other 2 out of some kind of trouble.
Yes. Well, I just want to see Felix ride in on Sam one day to show exactly whose house this is. That would be fantastic.
Sam is like the loyal legionnaire.
Yeah.
Who doesn't really understand that there's any animosity going on.
Actually, no, he's been super anxious lately because of all the animosity between the cats, and he also is super jealous of all the attention.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So okay. It's been a jealous, like, triangle.
So what you need to do at some point then is sit down with Ian and figure out who is who in the triumvirate.
We can't determine that for them. The cats have to come to their own accord, and Sammy is going to be the Omega.
No. I mean, like, the classic, like, Roman triumvirate, which was Julius Caesar, Mark Antony, and Octavius, I think? If you know, email us or message us on Instagram at IHNI podcast. Because we'd love to hear. Just please, not all caps, don't scream at me.
All caps.
I love her. She's so supportive.
You're so pretty.
So, but yeah, like, just sit down and, like, figure out who's going to be who. Like, so I would... Julius Caesar is probably Felix.
Yeah, paranoid, obsessive. Yeah, makes sense.
Mark Antony, the only thing I remember about him was that he was, like, a playboy.
So Sam?
That's what I was thinking. He was kind of the more, like... He seemed lighthearted, but it might be all of the fiction that goes around him too, with like all the stories that have been written. And then Octavius, I think it was Octavius. I might be wrong. I'm sorry, whoever is freaking out at home, but he was he was vying for authority with Julius Caesar, and kind of was not necessarily the odd man out, but was kind of like the buttercup of the group.
Yes, the buttercup.
No. That's not even a good analogy because everybody loves all 3 of the Powerpuff Girls. Like, you can't even. So I'm trying to think of.
Okay, so hold on. We've had an ongoing argument at work about the 3 Powerpuff Girls and who is best girl. No one has picked Blossom.
Okay, I'm gonna finish this.
So.
I'm gonna finish this first because people are gonna get really annoyed if we just talk about Powerpuff Girls for an hour and then I finish my thing. Okay. So anyway, figure that out. Study them. Let me know what you think. Okay. I think I've got it figured out already. Okay. Henry being Octavius or the second one would make perfect sense since they're the 2 cats. But anyway, Powerpuff Girls. Nobody's picked Blossom?
No.
I mean, I can understand being... literally, I sent a coworker that, like, I'm buddies with tons of Bubbles memes one day. Yeah. Because he was being real, like, sassy. Yeah. And, like, that's all I would respond to anything with was, like, a Bubbles meme. And he was like, holy shit, you're so Bubbles. Yeah. Because I would send him, like, the I'm sensitive ones and the ones about her being hardcore. And, like, all these moods. Yeah. And he was like, dude, you are Bubbles. And I was like, no.
and as someone who probably falls into more of a Blossom than either of the other 2.
Blossom was always my favorite.
I liked Blossom. I liked Blossom when I was younger.
That's what I mean, though.
Yeah.
I thought she was really cool when I was a kid, and then as I've gotten older, Bubbles has been my favorite.
Well, yeah, and, like, I'm not saying that Blossom is bad for any reason, but she's not best girl. Okay. She just isn't. But my coworker seems to believe that Buttercup is best girl. And she's not. And I love Buttercup, don't get me wrong. She's still a good Powerpuff Girl. But she's not best girl. Because Bubbles is. Bubbles is best girl. She is hardcore. She has special abilities that none of the others have.
So does. They all three have special abilities.
What is Buttercup's?
Do you really want to know? Because I have this episode.
Yeah.
Well, let me put it this way. I have the entire series at home, so I know these episodes. It's almost a SpongeBob to me. Okay. So there is an episode where Buttercup wants to figure out her special ability. Hers is that she can do the hot dog thing with her tongue. The other two can't. That's literally what they did in the show. There's just an episode where at some point she curls her tongue, and the other two are like they can't, and it's hilarious.
Because I can't remember Blossom's either, but I think it has to do with
ice breath.
Oh,
and then it turned into fire breath.
Oh,
she has the weird breath powers. Bubbles is multilingual.
Yeah.
She can speak to animals,
Japanese, and like a couple other languages.
I know she can speak Spanish.
Yeah.
And then I think it's the linguistics thing, and then she can talk to animals.
Yeah.
Because at some point she does talk to squirrels.
Yeah. She talks to all different kinds of animals. But Bubbles is awesome in a multitude of ways, and Bubbles is also metal as fuck. She goes hard when she snaps.
Yeah, she does. But like, see, this is why we work so well together, because Blossom has always been my favorite.
Yeah.
And that's your category, and Bubbles is yours, and that's mine. So it makes a lot of sense. And Chris is now our Buttercup, and I'm so excited. We finally have a third. We need to do Totally Spies.
I feel like we fit better as Totally Spies, because the hard thing is it's really hard to picture Chris as Buttercup, because he's not hardcore and pissy like Buttercup is. Which, don't get me wrong, is fun to an extent, because like she's definitely like the badass side that we all kind of want to have. But at the same time, she's kind of pissy for no reason. She
would be very annoying.
Abrasive.
Very abrasive. Like, if she was like that all the time. Like, she's not always really pissy. Like, they do, like, in the Powerpuff Girls, you see them play together, and, like, they have fun. Which is why I think it fits Chris well, is because he is kind of... he is kind of hardcore.
Yeah.
And, like... can be edgy and stuff, and so I'm like, he's not real pissy, but like it suits him.
I'm down. I'd love to see him in a green dress.
I don't think our personalities would work well with Totally Spies though. Like, we could only cuss.
Yeah.
Because I would have to be Sam, and then you'd be Clover, and he would be Alex.
Alex, yeah.
Yeah, I think was her name.
Yeah.
She was. I always liked Alex.
Yeah, I liked Alex.
She was reminding me of Sailor Mercury.
Clover the Blonde one, she was kind of dumb, wasn't she?
She was the popular one.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Yeah, she was the pretty popular one.
Yeah. Anyway.
But she was good at what she did.
Yeah, we all have our skills.
Or something. Sam was the leader.
The redheads are always the leader.
I don't know why.
Don't answer. I don't know.
Because we have rage that no one can control. I don't know.
Yeah. Or you're Kim Possible. God.
Ah, yeah, I am. I went as Kim Possible for Halloween one year.
I know. I loved it. It was adorable.
I wanted to do, I want to find somebody I can do the whole thing with, like Kim and Ron.
Oh,
and then, or like Wade, like, if I get Patrick v. Wade.
Patrick would be a great Wade.
Yeah, like that's, I'm just like.
I miss hanging out with Patrick.
Have you talked to him?
I haven't heard from him in a while.
Oh, sadness. Okay.
I don't know. Maybe I'll just spam his Facebook Messenger with these podcasts. See if he fucking responds.
Does Keith have 9 kids yet?
I don't know. I haven't heard from Patrick since before the wedding.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So last I heard, they weren't having kids yet until they bought a house, and that she didn't have a job yet.
She wants to be a stay-at-home mom, though. I thought that was the deal.
Yes, stay-at-home mom with their 10 kids.
Oh. That sounds like a lot of kids. Anyway, so today, you know what, Sarah? There's a lot of gravity in this.
Yeah, there's a lot of weight to this situation.
Yeah,
there's almost a gravitas to it.
You might say. So today
we seem to be orbiting around the topic.
Hey! Science puns! These puns you can make. I will not yell at you for these puns.
God! Okay, now I have so much to talk about that.
I love science puns. Do it.
Okay.
Wait. I have one for all of you there at home. How do you organize a space party?
You plan it.
Alright, let's get this party started.
Sitting in our room, wide awake and dreaming, running, scheming, topics on the So today's topic, we're talking about gravity.
Yeah.
And I think we did very different research on this.
Probably. Keep bringing me down.
Because I was dealing with crisis, and was... Anyway, so sorry about the second podcast coming out late.
It's okay. I think it'll be okay.
Yeah. Because this is three episodes later.
Yeah. We haven't exactly found a groove.
It's fine. But yeah, so that's it. Anyway, we were dealing with stuff today, so we did very different research. So if you want to start with yours, and then I could just add in my fun facts as we go. Oh, actually, I do have one to start off with.
No, I want to start with yours, because mine gets a little heavy.
Oh, okay. Well, I do have one to start off with, and it's from one of my favorite authors and one of my favorite books, specifically Terry Pratchett's Small Gods. Gravity is a habit that is hard to shake off. And he uses this in a description about how eagles that fly over the desert will purposely seek out tortoise, pick them up, bring them into the air, and drop them to shatter their shells. Mm-hmm. And there's been a lot of research on this because there's no particular reason for them to do so, because, like, rabbits are better meat, there's easier prey out there. It almost is like they do this for fun.
It's... Yeah, variety. You know?
Yeah. It's a little switch up on the adventures and things like that. Anyway, not to ruin the story for you, but it's the best. It has the best death ever.
Oh my god, book. You told me about this.
Yes, and it's
read it.
Yeah, it's so good. It's a great book. It's a simple read. And Terry Pratchett is a fantastic author. And you can read any of his books in any order. For the most part, there's only a couple of them that are sequential. Everything else, he has reoccurring characters that pop in and out, and it's fantastic. Small Gods by Terry Pratchett, but that is one of my favorite gravity quotations.
So, to come up with that, there's actually an episode of 1,000 Ways to Die where the guy, he's balding, or is bald on top, and he's out, like, fishing or camping or something, and has a turtle dropped on his head. And that's how he dies.
Yes!
Also, for more fun books on how gravity works, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yeah! Oh, I didn't do any research on Hitchhiker's Guide, but it is a good one.
But yeah, that's a fun one for that.
Yeah. Because, Pan-Galactic Gargle Blaster. It's like having your brain smashed in with a gold brick that's been wrapped around, or a lemon that's been wrapped around a gold brick. There you go.
Oh dear.
I used to have Don't Panic as the background of my phone, because, phones have the whole world in them. They're essentially the Hitchhiker's Guide now.
Yeah,
so I used to have that as my background because I thought it was perfect.
That's great. Anyway, continue.
Gravity is also a movie starring Sandra Bullock, released in 2013. It has a 7.7 out of 10 rating on IMDb.
Really?
And podcast favorite, Neil deGrasse Tyson, had some really funny tweets about it.
So I watched that. I watched an Everything Wrong with Gravity with Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah, so look that up. That's fantastic. Gravity is also a very popular 2006 song by John Mayer.
Is that the one where he's singing about
gravity?
Oh, okay. I didn't know that's who that.
Yeah, that's John Mayer. What it was. Gravitation is an anime/manga from 1999 about little gay boys. It's about a pop singer who falls in love with a moody writer.
Okay.
And it's
perfect.
It's a little romance.
Oh.
And when it comes to the science portion of gravity and all that other stuff, I really only remember just a little bit about physics, which is FMA, which is force equals mass times acceleration.
Yep.
That's all I know.
That's great.
So that's the research I did on this.
Okay.
And I could add in other science facts and little puns as we go along. That's the research I was willing to do after all the things that happened.
I totally understand. Also, Oh Gravity, great album by Switchfoot.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
I had that in my pocket.
Uh-huh.
Also, Gravity Works. If you can name what movie that's from, good for you! I don't know. We'll come up with something. We don't have merchandise or anything, but I bet Schmitty would get it.
Yeah, he would.
Probably. Okay, so my turn for the research. I did research on black holes.
So you did essentially a deep dive.
Hey. Stop that.
But did you reach terminal velocity?
Okay, that's better.
Alright.
Okay, so I did my research on, like, black holes, which are, like, they don't make any sense, because, like, all of space is black, so, like, how are they black? Why would you call them a black hole? Why not just call them, like, a space hole?
You know there's, like, randomly occurring black holes that can appear anywhere at any time for any given period of seconds?
Is that what's happening in Looney Tunes all the time?
Well, yeah, no, like, there's this whole study behind, like, randomly occurring black holes that just appear and disappear and, like... And so, like, people have, like, there's people who have a deep, deep-seated fear that they are going to sporadically be sucked into a black hole just living their daily lives.
So this is, like, somebody on Apocalypse has opened a mother box into your universe and sucked you through it, kind of?
Essentially, yes.
Dang.
Yeah.
Or, like, who is it that can do the, Oh, was it in Incredibles 2, the girl that could do the fields through two things?
Yeah, she could, and she was called Phase?
Something like that. She was cool. That reminds me of that.
Yeah.
I mean, and if you die in a black hole, there's worse ways to go.
Yeah, sharks.
Yeah. Oh man, I was at Target the other day in the bathroom section. I saw that they've got those baby, like, towel things with hoods on them. One of them was a shark, and I was like, okay.
I mean, theoretically cute, but in practice, kind of fucking terrifying.
I thought about it for a second. I was like, I probably would not pick shark first when I'm taking my kid out of water.
Yeah, no.
Okay. I mean, but hey, to each their own.
Yeah.
Like, I also don't like Thomas the Train Engine, but some people are really into...
Ian loves Thomas the Train Engine.
See?
Thomas the Train Engine used to freak me the hell out.
I thought the faces were creepy.
Right? Okay, so I went to...
The closest I could get was the little engine that could.
Yeah, and that wasn't so bad, because it was like a little cartoony face.
Yeah, but on theirs it's like a weird CGI. Face. It's like a weird CGI stuck on animation, and you're like, ah!
Okay, because...
This doesn't belong here.
Okay, so there was a sideshow in addition to Thomas the Tank Engine. I never watched it, but it was about helicopters.
Yeah, I
okay. So those freaking things. When I went to the hospital on base, I went to the pediatrics ward because my parents were in the military, and I was a child, and up through my senior year of high school because I technically was not an adult, which I wasn't. And I always ended up in this stupid room with the little, because they were all painted. And I ended up always in the room that had the helicopter with the faces painted on it. Oh, no. And I would just be surrounded by them, and I was just like, I am 16. This is not creepy. I am 16. I am not scared. It was the worst. And the worst part was I knew there was a room that had Marvin the Martian and all that stuff in it, and I hardly ever got to use that room. I think I got it like twice. Aww. And I was like, I want to go to the Marvin the Martian room because this room is so creepy.
That's why that one was always available, because that one was so creepy.
I was like, oh, I hate this room.
The parents walked into the other ones and said, oh, Looney Tunes, great, stick our kids in here.
Yeah, no. Oh, the freaking planes were so creepy, and I don't like going to the doctor anyway. So like, I would just have to sit there and stare at the wall, and there would just be creepy plane things staring at me, judging me. Yeah. People wonder why I don't go to the doctor to this day. Like, I'm like, am I dying? It's fine.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of people that have reactions like that. Like, bad experiences, like a child or something. Mm-hmm. They're like, yeah, I never go to the doctor.
Yeah, it's fine. It's not my thing.
I don't think I ever went as a kid, so I don't really care that much.
Yeah.
It doesn't really bother me.
Well, I did pretty good staying out of the hospital for the most part, except for, getting stitches and constant tonsil, essentially like seasonal strep throat.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Having to get my tonsils removed eventually. Things like that.
My grandma was an RN and then ran, like, the ambulance side of the hospital. Mm-hmm. So it never bothered me because I was, like, always... If I was ever there, I was just, like, going to her office to, like, say hi. And, like, the hospital where I grew up is more of a... It's not a hangout, but it's, like, a... Like, you can just kind of go there and, like, see people you know, and... At least that was my experience, because I was a kid, and then my dad worked there, and then I was like, So I just kind of went over there to, like, do whatever, and would get some food out of the vending machine or something, or my dad get me lunch. Like, stuff like that, so...
Oh yeah, because I used to hang out at a military base, so that's not normal for most people.
Yeah.
So I get it. We did not hang out at hospitals. That's just not a thing. One of my favorite memories was taking my mom to the hospital on Thanksgiving to go to the ER, and it was right as I got my driver's license, and I had to drive my stepdad who had been drinking, my mom who was in tremendous pain, to the ER, and I had to drive them there while my mom is screaming, and my stepdad is backseat driving, and I'm 16, and I was like, this is the fucking worst. And then my mom and I did Monty Python skits when she got on the happy drugs.
Awesome.
And we spent forever in the ER to find out that she had kidney stones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, she's fine.
No kidding.
But
this is replacement mom. That's not. I know you met her. That was not my mom. I mean, no, she is my mom. Shh.
The hooded figures took her away.
There's an episode of VeggieTales. The Esther one.
No.
Okay, so you didn't see this one? Okay, so there's...
I didn't watch most of VeggieTales. I've seen a couple of their movies.
Oh, okay. There's...
My parents didn't hate us.
The Esther... Hey, I liked VeggieTales. Anyway, the Esther one was pretty good, but there was a room in the king's, like, throne room that, like, when he got angry with somebody and, like, banished them, they get... It's kind of like how... You know how in Superman you get banished to, like, the Phantom Zone?
Yeah.
Okay, so this was called... They got banished to the, like, land of perpetual tickling or something. And yeah, I know. But, I mean, it was a kid show. Yeah. So, like, when he would get mad, he would, like, banish you to the land of perpetual tickling. And he, like...
Land of perpetual tickling.
Stop. And he would, like, do the thing with the scepter, like, kong, kong. And, like, this door would open at the other end. And, like, these deep-hooded figures that look like the ghosts of... Christmas yet to come would like come and like grab them and like drag them into this like smoky like weird like this dark smoky like weird pain laughter area and then the door would just slam shut and you were just like, what the fuck? Like, oh no. Like I always in my head was like, I would never want that.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah. No.
So yeah, like.
Yep. No.
Yeah.
No, I'm ticklish enough that that would be the worst.
Dude, I know. Somebody poked me in the side the other day. I almost jumped out of my socks.
Chris does it almost every day at work. I'll be on the call with someone, and all of a sudden, I'll scream.
Yep.
It sucks.
No, I understand. I mean, it doesn't, but it does to some degree. Yeah. It does when it's like a big surprise and you're just like, ah!
Yeah.
But then, you know, sometimes it's okay, because, I mean, that's good. Because you're supposed to be able to feel things on your stomach, you know?
Yeah, I know. It's good. Because it's a fight or flight
response.
Response.
Well, and since your belly area is so vulnerable.
Yeah, and it has a lot of organs that you need.
Do you? I mean, I know it has a lot of organs that you need. It has a lot that you don't.
Well, like, think what's on your side. Like, your kidneys.
You only need one of those.
Well, but if they grab you on both sides, they've got both your kidneys.
Oh, that's true. Okay, so
like,
let's separate
the
abdominal organs into what you need and what you don't. Okay, so you only need one kidney, so we'll put one of those on the left side and one of those on the right. You don't necessarily need your spleen, your appendix, or your gallbladder, so we'll put all of those on the left side. Liver, stomach can go on the right side. Small intestine goes onto the right side, I think. Well, part of it goes to the right side, part of it goes to the left side. The colon, part right, part left. Pancreas goes to the right side. Well, part of it. I think you can get part of that cut off if you have to.
Yes. Pancreas is you don't have to have one. Well, you do.
You need the pancreas, but you don't need the whole pancreas.
Yeah.
So part left, part right. Those are split. Lung, one on the left, one on the right. What am I missing?
Well, I mean, if you're a lady, you have a uterus.
I don't count that. I mean, I'm talking like general, just...
The organs that everybody has?
Yeah. I don't think
Lungs.
I covered
because those are in your rib cage.
I mean, your heart you need, so we'll put that on the right. I think I've got it.
Because we got the bladder.
We're not counting skin.
Flesh.
Oh, the bladder. You need that. That goes on the right.
Yeah.
I mean, or you could just have a giant hole in the bottom of you that just dumps every time there's anything in it.
Yeah,
this is why we wear tunics. Yuck.
No, my grandfather had one of those, the pouches. I can't remember what they're called. The thing.
The catheter?
Well,
it's
yeah,
like a portable catheter or something.
Well, a catheter specifically is for urine. This is everything.
Oh, it's a poop sack.
Yeah, because you no longer have the use of those lower organs.
Would you like to see my poop sack?
Oh.
Yeah. You've seen Trading Places, right?
No.
No?
No.
Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd?
No.
Great movie. There's a part... Well, Jamie Lee Curtis is in it.
Oh, I do love Jamie Lee Curtis.
And there's a part in it where she's dressed as... I think she says she's from Sweden. But she's dressed in lederhosen.
Because they're not the same.
Yeah. And, but at some point she's like, would you like to see my poop sack? And that's all I can think of with the poop sack.
Well, more importantly, would she be in lederhosen, or are you referring to the fact that she was in a dirndl, which is the female version of lederhosen?
Oh.
Was she in a dress, or was she in breeches?
She was in Spenders.
But was she in a dress or in breeches?
I think she was in breeches. I think. Don't quote me on it. I haven't seen the movie in a while.
Alright.
But anyway, I talked about black holes, and we just went into one. Oh dear.
Okay. Reality is forever changed.
Reality?
There is no reality. Only soul.
All of the references. Okay.
So
a black hole is one of my favorite space things, and I wanted to look at that. So, a black hole.
Please, somebody else make a metaphor for a black hole.
That's Stop it. No. No.
Speaker on the inside.
Nope. Woman. Swear to God. Okay, so, a black hole. Would you stop? Would you just...
I'm not doing anything.
You just have this look on your face.
I'm smiling!
Yeah, I know. That's the look.
I'm not allowed to be happy?
Yeah.
Holly, why won't you let me have my happiness?
Because your happiness comes at the cost of mine. Okay, so I found my information. Okay, so a black hole is real cool, okay? So basically, from what I read, thank you NASA, by the way. So a black hole is formed when a star dies and kind of collapses, and then it's cut, retake. Okay, so so anyway, a black hole
I was about to just scream. Because goat.
Yeah. Oh no. Goat Simulator is a fun game. Anyway, so a black hole is formed when a star dies and then it collapses and it leaves a core behind, right? And if the core apparently is greater than 3 times the mass of our sun, the gravitational force overpowers. What are you doing? The gravitational force overpowers everything else, and boom, you got a black hole. And the way they kind of explained a black hole was kind of cool. So they basically said it's like an enormous amount of matter that gets squeezed in a tiny portion of space, which is why you got all the little bit of gravities. Anyway,
so a space sphincter.
Yes, but the gravity is so strong, not even light can escape it. But it's like the blob. So black holes are really cool. I basically when I was reading it, I was like, oh, it's like a blob, because they can grow by absorbing other matter, right? And just so cool. But they can also absorb other stars, and they can merge with other black holes to become bigger black holes.
Supermassive black hole, also a song.
They're actually called supermassive black holes, yeah. I mean, some of them. They gotta get to a certain size. But we'll talk about that in a minute. But anyway, so you can't really see a black hole because it's a black hole, because light can't escape. And so basically they can be detected because of how they affect surrounding matter as they move through space. And they will release X-rays that allow scientists kind of to detect where they form. And there's actually like really cool videos of black holes moving through space, and like you just see light move around this hole, and then you can kind of see it keep moving. It's really neat. And so there's this thing with a black hole called the event horizon, which is the point at which...
Good movie, by the way.
Which is the point at which you cannot escape. Yeah. It's like...
All right.
It's kind of sort of terrifying to think about, but so a black hole is kind of terrifying in that respect, because once you reach the event horizon, you can't get out of it, and then you get sucked in, and it rips you apart, and it kind of spreads you around the event horizon, and then let's see my notes, because I'm trying to remember how to explain this. It heats the matter, and then emits X-rays, which is how obviously they are detected. So,
it's how you see bones inside you.
Yes. So, the really cool thing that I found is there's thing called a black hole information loss paradox, which I thought was super cool. And so basically, it's what I have written here, because I try to paraphrase, or at least put it in my own words, so that I didn't speak, fluent Portuguese. Was well, because I could read it and I loved the article, but then I was like, there's a lot of
jargon.
Yeah, there's a lot of science words in here. I best put this down a little bit. Anyway, so basically, when an object goes into a black hole, its information is distributed along the horizon, right? Like I said. So, and it's lost to any kind of outside observation. So gravitational and electric fields don't give any kind of clue about anything that's gone into the black hole, right?
Right.
So this is what is called a black hole information loss paradox, because technically things like that are absorbed into something should leave particles behind, right? Should leave some kind of energy or something, but they don't. Like, you cannot tell unless you get close enough to the event horizon, in which case you're sucked in and destroyed in a rather distasteful way, if you will.
Distasteful.
But yeah, so it's really, really cool. Okay, so the other thing that I thought was awesome, so there's different sizes of black holes, right? Now, initially, they were like, I think the first one is stellar, which is like a normal black hole, right? And then there's supermassive black holes, which are millions or billions of times, billions or billions more times more mass than our sun. But now they're saying there's intermediate-sized black holes. It's a theory. They're not sure. But it's like it's a thought. And so apparently it is believed that about every large galaxy probably has a supermassive black hole at the center, including the Milky Way, right? And so there is a theory out there that star clusters will die and collapse and create these intermediate-sized holes, and then those drift towards the center of the galaxy and will combine to form a supermassive black hole. Yeah, I thought that was really cool. And then, so my last thing that I wanted to point out, because this happened and I was really excited when it did, so I believe, science nerds out there, feel free to correct me. I love science emails.
In all caps.
Don't be an asshole and write everything in German.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean that in the sense, do not write it formulaically for me. You can explain it like a normal fucking person. That sounded rude. If you're going to email... Anyway, I love science emails, so if you're going to do it, please speak, I don't know...
layman's terms.
Layman's terms. That's what I'm looking for. You don't have... Because I don't want to say, I like science emails, and then somebody sends me, a fucking thesis.
Well, yeah.
But, I love that information. So if you guys actually have more information on black holes that we're not talking about, that'd be really awesome. Or any kind of thing on gravity. Because this stuff is awesome. And, not the other stuff we've talked about isn't really cool, but, let me put it this way. I check the emails, and this is something I really like. So, but anyway, the last thing I think it's a theory of relativity that postulated this. Gravitational waves.
Okay.
So I don't know if you remember this, but in February 2016...
Are they crashing down on us?
No. But in February, the theory was that gravity travels in waves, or it has waves to it. And they couldn't really ever prove that. But in February 2016, gravitational waves were first detected. And it was also the first observation of a black hole merger! Ah! I was, oh man, so jazzed.
So were you the hype?
Oh, yeah. Well, when it happened, I was really excited.
Would you say that gravity, in fact, brought you up? Raised you up?
Okay, so now we're gonna pick next week's topic, or next episode's topic.
Aww.
No, but yeah, this stuff is cool. I'm all about it.
Science.
If we start filling in more topics, we're gonna have to do more science stuff.
Science.
Oh, that reminds me, we haven't really gotten that far yet. But if you'd like to send in topic ideas, we would be more than happy. Please send it to the email address. Don't send us that kind of stuff on Facebook or Instagram, because I probably won't see it. I mean, okay, you know what? Send us whatever,
like
and we will...
Deep and heavy with gravity.
Oh, woman. So, you know what? If you have an idea for a topic, you send us whatever, and then we will use our judgment to decide what we would or would not want to put on the board. Because everything's random. We don't know what anything is anyway. So...
I know what everything is.
Do you come in here and just look at it like a kid peeking in their stocking before Christmas?
Okay, Holly, I don't have that kind of time.
I know, I'm kidding. So, yeah, real cool about topics. If you have anything else, feedback is fine. If you say it's annoying because all we do is talk, that's the point of this podcast, so buzz off.
Oh, yeah. Ian, because there's not enough visual for the medium because it's a podcast.
That's right. He said there was no visuals.
Because it's a podcast.
And it's an audio podcast. It is not it's not a video podcast. Like, it's not... Anyway.
Alright, so do we want to get the recording done for picking the next topic?
That's fine.
My turn to pick?
Yeah, I think I picked gravity. So,
yeah.
hang on, we got it. Where's my... I almost grabbed yours.
Grab my phone. Do it. Take it.
No. He thinks funny. Okay. Alright.
Oh, I look like crap. That's fine.
Me too. Yay, looking like crap.
Hold on.
I need a shower, actually.
Hold on.
So for in the future, those of you, if you ever try to keep track and you can... between this audio and when this recording comes out, maybe you can figure out which one of these I haven't had a shower recently on. It's actually only been... Well, I actually took one Tuesday, so...
Oh no, my hair's such a mess.
I actually just need to take one tonight. Wait, did I take one yesterday? I don't remember now. It's been... All of my days are running together. I've been busy and tired and... Oh my god. The snow's been awful. I hate winter. I don't like snow. It's not my job.
So, I'm Snow White and you're Rose Red?
Well, yeah.
Makes sense.
Right here.
Bad things happen to you.
What? Yeah, I know. I guess I'll just have to accept my fate. Wait, why do we have to be either? Why do we have to be anybody? Yours smells good, though.
Oh, thank you. It smells like apples.
Yes, it does.
Alright.
Yeah, so why do we have to be any kind of...
I don't know, Holly. We're broken people.
So we don't have to be... So we don't want to be ourselves?
Oh, hey, but we're wearing matching Ghibli outfits.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah!
Totoro.
Kiki.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay, cool. Oh, I haven't been recording this whole time.
Well, that's fine. I was fixing my hair. So that works out.
Okay.
Yay!
We got Ghibli on today.
Boop.
I got Totoro. You got Kiki.
Boobs.
Okay, so...
Alright, so what are we picking? Yeah.
I don't know. You gotta roll the thing.
Well, okay. It's green 23.
Is she a loner? No, she's not. Excellent.
Excellent. This is another Holly one.
Oh god, I'm sorry. Man, I want to pick one of yours. We're just gonna have a whole string of yours at some point.
What is it?
Cassowary! It's an aminal.
You have the handwriting of like a toddler.
I know. Blame my dad. My mom has beautiful handwriting.
Well, both my parents have lovely handwriting. Mine is at least clear and concise block letters.
Mine, mine looks like chicken scratch, kind of. This actually, which one are we using, phone? This one's not actually that bad. I don't know. It's something. It looks like hell. It always has, kind of, sort of. I can write pretty if I want to. I probably was writing these. We were writing these quickly because we were doing them all together. I can write pretty. Feed me and tell me I'm pretty.
All right. You're so pretty.
Yeah. Okay, so, all right.
Oh, we're part of a group chat and it's going off behind us.
Yeah, Schmitty, if you're listening to this, to F. So, cassowaries. If you know what they are, you're probably either frightened of them or you also think they're cool. Sarah doesn't know what it is, so this is kind of fun.
It sounds so familiar, but I can't think of what it is. Do I want to know what it is?
Yeah, you should YouTube some videos. They're really fun. I remember why I wrote this down, because there was an obsession with them at work for a hot minute. We were just, like, talking about them and stuff.
Well, I guess we're going to learn.
Yay, that's what this show's all about. Learning nothing and listening to us ramble on about things that we think are funny. And hey, at least my dad likes it. Bye.